Hello, what's up? My name is Jeanette, also known as Ms.FitVegan. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another beautiful, fruity, abundant day. Today, we are talking to multiple people. The first person I'm going to interview is my friend, Chef Ocean. And he is here on time. I love it. I love it. And we're going to talk about how to start a raw food diet. Okay, we're going to get his best tips and tricks. And I also want to talk to him about how to stay consistent because we have something called the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. I'm just going to say this before I bring him in. We have something that is available till midnight tonight, and this is the perfect catalyst. This is the perfect way for you to start your healthy journey, but it's just a bundle. It's not going to do the work. You've got to do the work, and so that's what we're going to talk about today with Chef Ocean. You got to take the information and bring it to life and take the action steps that are needed to change your health, your body, your skin, your life. Okay, so let me bring Chef Ocean in. What's up, guys? What's up, beautiful beings? All right. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Hi, Chef Ocean.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. We have the same background. Green. Nice, nice.
That's
Okay,
right.
are you in a hammock?
I'm in a hammock in Topanga Canyon in Southern California.
Okay, well, all right, you win for the backdrop. Okay, for sure. Is that a green screen? It looks like
No,
a
it is
green
not a
screen.
green screen. See, it's an actual hammock, see?
Wow,
And those are actual mountains behind me.
what a backdrop. Oh my goodness, I thought I was somebody. Um, okay, so first of all, thank you so much for being on with me. We only have 30 minutes, guys, so if you have questions, put them down below.
Mhm.
Um, So let's jump right into it. First of all, I want to know how long have you been vegan and how long have you been, high raw or raw vegan?
Oh, of course, yeah. So I went vegan at around the age of 24, so that's 20, see, 30, 35 years ago. So, and that was mainly because I just thought, like, animals deserve respect, and for me to have a choice in my day as to whether to nutrify myself while killing animals or nutrify myself without killing animals. If I've got a choice, I'm not going to kill an animal. It'd be like driving to work and you take two different routes to work. They're both exactly the same route, in terms of time and distance, but one of them you run over a squirrel every morning and the other one you don't. So it's kind of like that kind of choice, right?
Facts. Ocean, it's so funny. I did two lives yesterday. One was with Matt from Raw Intuition. We talked about the ways you can stay vegan for life. And the other live was with Ronnie, and it was 10 steps to being an ex-vegan social media influencer. And so those were awesome. And what you just said is the truth for sure. You can be happy, healthy, you can live an amazing life, and you don't need to run over that squirrel every single.
Or pay someone else to run it over for you.
Yeah, right. Pay someone else to. So you've been vegan, raw vegan for a really long time.
Mhm.
And so you know what you're talking about. And so let's just dive into it. What are some of your best tips and tricks for somebody to start a healthy vegan diet?
That's an excellent question. Yeah, and I actually got asked this at the grocery store the other day. I was at Erewhon, and they said, you've been raw for a long time. We love how you look, and you don't look your age. So they said, how do we get started? And just right on the spot, I realized, well, it's kind of like opening a door, and you got to let that door open first. So first, you have to want it. You have to want to change, and that's the very first step. Getting started means don't think, I'm doing this, for just to experiment. Like, it's more about a change in your lifestyle that you really have to commit to. And I describe it as self-love. And I know you're all about self-love. It's just saying, how much do I love myself? How much am I going to commit to loving myself? And everything else just becomes really easy after that. So that's like the philosophical portion of it. And I would say in the real steps is, you got to get those plants into you. And plants and fruit, they have a knowledge and an intelligence that we don't recognize in our daily life, right? We control plants, we control animals, and we exert our influence on them. But they have a subtle way of communicating with us, and the best way that like for instance, tomatoes or fruit communicate with us, is they go inside our body and they do the work to heal us. They do the work to help us live that healthy lifestyle, to give us the energy in order to become a better person. So right off, I would say, go make yourself a giant salad every day for lunch. And if you need to put ham on it because that's where you're at, put ham on it, put cheese on it. If that's where you're starting from, but get those plant intelligence into you by just going after that giant salad. And what that does is that opens the door. And once that door opens, it'll start to creak open because now you have plant intelligence, live plant intelligence, living plant intelligence inside of you. And that will start to speak to you from the inside. And then it's just like being on a roller coaster. You're on the journey from then on. When you go into the store, oh wow, that tomato looks really good. Ooh, that mango looks really good. That's a very subtle cue that your body is saying, I want more of what you've been giving me, and just keep going with that. And that's where the self-love comes in. The self-love is the fuel that keeps you from reaching for, the donuts or the ho-hos. But the next step is get these recipe books, learn how to make donuts, learn how to make ho-hos, raw vegan. I make donuts and ho-hos, Twinkies, all kinds of crazy junk food, pizza, sushi, burritos, and so do all the other raw vegan chefs. And that's the next step, is once you've got that living plant material in you, then go have fun and think of the mindset of not what am I missing by moving to a new diet, but what am I getting? And what you're getting is better flavors, right? A raw vegan pizza is going to beat the flavors of a cooked food pizza any day because, for instance, like the basil that you put in the pesto on a pizza, it gets destroyed by heat. That flavor is almost completely gone. But eating a raw vegan pizza like I had last night with raw vegan, pesto on it, I mean, that basil just explodes inside your head, right?
Yeah, it's so true, Ocean. I haven't had junk food in a really long time, like you, right? I haven't. But if I think back, the flavors are so much better raw. Like it is just unbelievable when we think about it, how delicious raw food can be. And you're a chef, so you have all the talent and done all the work to create amazing raw vegan recipes to replace unhealthy ones. So in your book, which is in the bundle, guys, until midnight tonight, by the way, go to Chef Ocean's page, click the link below, go to his page, and you will get his book for literally less than $2 until midnight tonight. Okay, and you're also going to get 35 other courses, programs on growing your own food, menopause, my course, how to be a healthy raw vegan, how to be a yoga teacher. There's a vegan entrepreneur course in there worth over $1,000 from Ted Carr. There's a lot of value in here. And to me, I just feel like it's a no-brainer. If you're interested in it, get it before midnight. Just go check it out. Maybe you're not even going to buy it, but go check it out. Go check it out. And what you said is so true. So now tell me about, in your book, in this bundle, what recipes do you have? You have the donuts. Do you have those in there?
Well, actually, so what I did in this bundle is I helped my girlfriend Victoria work on her books. We actually took a trip to Mexico, and she's got a Mexican uncooking book. So what we have in there is like authentic Mexican food that we went and we didn't like. I mean, we just went and got guacamole and we ate fruit. And so what we did is we took some of the fruit each day, some of the vegetables like we found, like jicama, for instance, and really, really nice tomatoes and papaya and mangoes, and went through and just started creating raw vegan versions of all this authentic Mexican food. So that's what you're getting in this bundle is, I think we were there for 3 weeks in Cancun, Tulum, doing the hard work of eating all this food, trying it, making recipes out of it, and now you get it in the bundle. And yeah, like you said, it's like $1.25, and I think we have somewhere around 20 to 30 recipes in that bundle.
Can you tell us some of the? I know there's gyros in there. I'm curious, what are the gyro? What is the pita bread made out of?
Oh, that's a great question. So I'll try not to give away too much of the recipe because that one's in the Potluck book, and the Potluck book is never going to be sold again. After midnight tonight, it's gone off the face of the planet unless you buy the bundle. And what we did is we all contributed recipes to this Potluck book with the idea that if, let's say you go to a vegan potluck or a non-vegan potluck or a raw foods potluck, you can literally flip to any page of this ebook, pick a recipe out, and it's going to be blow people's minds, suitable for sharing. So I came up with a recipe just out of the blue. I was like, what's the most unhealthy thing I can think of? And I noticed that gyros, I was like, every time I walk past a gyro place, it's like walking past a horror movie, right? Because they've got that giant slab of whatever mystery meat is hanging there. And so using coconuts and chia, I made some raw pita bread. And then using mushrooms, I made the gyro meat and spiced it up with all kinds of nice spices. And then I made a tzatziki sauce, which is pretty traditional. And then that's with a hemp seed yogurt instead of a dairy yogurt. And I've been able to fool people. I took that to a potluck and experimented with it, and they were like, "This can't be raw." And I was like, I promise you it is." And I actually didn't get any of it at the potluck. I wasn't fast enough.
That's happened to me before with durian, with a bunch of things. Yeah, in a fruit luck, you gotta eat before you go sometimes. Okay, so yeah, guys, seriously, what he said about the book is so true. There is a potluck book. It will never be sold again. And you can go any recipe. And when you make these things, you're going to look like a raw vegan chef at home. You're going to get all the credit for all of Ocean's hard work in Mexico. And okay, so just check it out. It expires. The link in Chef Ocean's bio self-destructs at midnight tonight. So I recommend you check it out before then. Don't message him at 12:01 because it's gonna be gone. And so, okay, so the 3 steps, I really love your 3 steps. You gotta want to change. You gotta find the self-love. Okay, you gotta find, listen, you are worthy. You are enough. Starting with saying those things, even if you don't believe them, right? That helped me a lot. I love myself 100%. That's a great affirmation that I said when I didn't love myself 10%, And so that's the first step. Second step is to make a giant salad and put in whatever you want, just get that information into your cells, like Osha was saying. And then number 3 is honestly find replacement recipes for your favorite foods. In my course, we have raw vegan Snickers. I promise you, nobody can resist these. Like, this is another thing that I've made for people, and then I didn't get any because everyone was like freaking out. It's so simple, so easy. There's only a little bit of nuts in there. Everything in the bundle is low fat, oil free, salt free. I mean, gyros without oil, that's just absolutely insane to think about. Like, oil is probably the healthiest thing in a gyro, but oil in this bundle. And yeah, so before I let you go, we have a few more minutes. Guys, leave us any questions below if you want. I did see a question before. So somebody was shocked. You have been a raw vegan for that whole entire time once you went vegan, or was there a junk food phase?
Oh yeah, so there was a junk food phase. It was probably a few years where really, in the 2000s there wasn't much. The late 90s, 2000, there wasn't much for vegans, especially not for raw vegans. So what I did is I would go and get, we'd make tofu dishes a lot. I went to Indian restaurants, vegan Indian restaurants, and asked them to make substitutions for me. I'd go get burritos, but there was a phase at which the gut biome needs to build up. Right, is because if you're eating meat, which I was for a long time, I was on a standard American diet. That's my parents taught me to do, and your gut biome's geared toward eating meat, and it most likely has fungus, candida in it. You're most likely, not digesting plant food very well. Especially beans, for instance, even cooked beans and not sprouted. So it takes time for that to adjust. So jumping into a raw vegan diet or even a vegan diet can be very difficult in terms of the digestion. And they're actually, it's the idea that your body now needs to move over to being able to digest plants very well. And on a raw vegan diet, all the enzymes come in with the plants. So it actually is a different type of digestion, and you can't do it right away. So your body needs to adjust to it. So I actually went on what's called a candida diet. And that meant that I ate no sugar for a long time, few years. And that was it was no added sugar. So, and I was eating like kind of, very high protein diet. Didn't work well for me at all, but it was like a healing transition diet where I was able to get the candida that was present in my system, gave me itchy skin, was contributing my acne. I basically starved it, right? Because it lives on sugar.
Did you
and then I was
because a lot of people recommend no fruit on candida diets.
That's right. Yeah, and you actually can eat fruit, but you have to stay away from the sweet fruits. So tomatoes, cucumbers, avocados, zucchini, bell peppers, eggplant, like all those are fruit. Even coconuts are fruit, right? Peas, legumes, sprouts, all those are fruits. And so staying away from the highly sweet fruits for a short period of time until your candida symptoms go away. And that's what I had to do because I had abused my body for so long that the candida literally controlled me, like controlled my brain, and I would drive for an hour when I was out camping in the woods into town to go get bread and honey. And that's what I was like freaking out about. And I couldn't resist it. And I found out later that was the candida. The candida was telling me to eat these high sugary foods. So then starving out that candida, letting that process happen, then I was able to go to a raw vegan diet.
How does somebody know if they have candida? That shows on a blood test or?
You can get, yeah, actually you can get a test. I think it's actually a fecal test for it, but the symptoms are very prominent. It's itching, gas. So if you really, like if you're eating food and you're just getting a lot of gas and farting a lot, that can be a sign that you have an overgrowth of candida or some other yeast in your system. But generally itching, like you can get like itchy legs, itchy stomach, itchy skin. Your body doesn't, yeah, there's a whole list of, that can be confused with other symptoms, right? Is having itchiness sometimes doesn't mean you have candida, but if you have candida, you're probably itching. So I think there's a whole book called The Candida Diet, which I recommend. That's how I found out about it.
Okay, yeah, great advice. Wow. Isn't it amazing how we all go through things and then we realize that that's why we're here on earth, to help other people overcome those things. And so, you know, that's what you did. You turned your obstacle into an opportunity to help and to serve and to possibly save someone's life. I mean, honestly, this information in this bundle, the reason why I'm a part of bundles like this with people like you is because truly it is an honor. It's an honor because when somebody gets this information, their whole life can change, but only if they do something with it, right? Don't let these recipes just sit on your phone, sit in your inbox. So now my last question to you, Ocean, is, I have so many questions, but my last one, do another live soon because you're very, very knowledgeable. And
Thank you.
yeah, I probably need about 2 hours, 3 hours. So, okay? It's very important.
Okay.
But my last question is, how can someone stay consistent with a new healthy way of eating when, I mean, yes, they're going to implement these steps, and these are very easy steps you gave people, right? Very easy. Just make a big salad every day and just add in whatever you want. That's such an easy step, right? But how can they stay consistent with that? Because I feel like, and I'm sure you hear this all the time, that's the number one thing. People start and they do it for a week or 2 weeks and then they just fall off. So what is your best tip on staying consistent?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. Yeah, and when I went on a raw vegan diet, I was pretty much alone except for a few books, and I didn't have the support that I needed. So what I would recommend is incorporate that change with other changes in your life. Like say, today is the first start of a brand new life for me, right? I'm going to set up my routine on my phone. I'm going to set an alarm to do my yoga. I'm going to go into my cabinets. I'm going to pull out everything that I don't want to eat. Maybe don't throw it away, but give it to someone, right? So that you don't feel like you're wasting food, but make that change of saying, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read a book every day, and I'm going to set aside time for myself. I'm going to set aside time for meditation, and make it like as if it's a brand new chapter. And so it can't just be the change of, okay, I'm going to eat different foods now. It has to be, all right, I'm going to, with my partner or even scheduling a massage, I'm going to go get massages. I'm going to dedicate myself to doing, for instance, hydrotherapy or going to a sauna or going to a spa once a week and putting cucumbers on my eyes. And this is all going to be part of this whole holistic feeling of you're going to love yourself in as many ways as you possibly can. And that way it's so much easier to stay with it because one of those things is going to stick. I mean, just waking up in the morning and giving yourself like a nice facial massage first thing in the morning, or even, going for a walk after work, at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. One of those things is going to stick with you. But if you treat them as like, okay, this is my new me, this is my bundle of new me, this is how it's going to go, then just tie them all together. And then that raw vegan diet, along with support from other people, especially on Instagram, fill your Instagram feed with all these delicious recipes, especially, I mean, you do reels all the time. I love watching reels, Jeanette. You're so exuberant and vibrant. You're so funny. like that's really the way to keep consistent is don't just make one change. Just go through and think of as many ways to love yourself as possibly can and do them, schedule them, get them into your week, right? That's what I recommend.
I love that. I love that advice. And I'm thinking about all the things that I want to start doing because, you know, I'm still on my journey. We're all still learning. We're all still growing, evolving. And, you know, honestly, you're so right. Fill your Instagram feed and your Facebook feed and your YouTube with things and people you want to be like. Find
Yes.
people you want to be like and become friends with them. That's what I did. Honestly, that's why I go to the Woodstock Fruit Festival every year, because that's the best place, seriously, to find people in real life that you want to be like, that can help you, that you can help, that you can like just like thrive knowing. Because a big part of it, would you agree, is your relationship and the top
Yeah.
people around, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then if you're seeing constantly, if you're seeing fruit, if you're seeing these recipes, if you're seeing smoothies, you're seeing salads, you're seeing the possibilities of recipes out there that you can create, you're going to be like, oh, I can make brownies, I can make gyros, I can make amazing, you know, all types of food, Italian food, Mexican food. I'm sure that there is just every single thing on Google that you type in. Any raw vegan food you want, you can make. My raw vegan Snickers, like literally, it tastes exactly like Snickers, and it's so healthy and so easy. So I thank you so much, Ocean. We will
Of
definitely do
course.
it. And oh, last question. Sorry. What do you recommend for someone that can't get much variety in fruit, like in colder climates? What do you
Yes.
think of that?
My recommendation is that we actually, I was having this discussion yesterday with Victoria, is that we can't really find a single place on the earth that we get optimal nutrition from, right? We need seaweed. We need, apples. Like apples don't grow near the sea, right? So our bodies are very adaptable, and the idea of getting a huge variety of fruit is appealing, and that might be optimal. But really, you can get quite a bit of nutrition from the basics: zucchini, cucumber, tomato, avocado, flaxseed, chia seed. I mean, lettuces, kales, arugulas, like these are available almost everywhere, like in Whole Foods, Trader Joe's. And if you're in a colder climate and you're eating those things, just be consistent with it. Continue to eat those things. Incorporate sprouts; those are very high in amino acids, and you'll get your protein. Like, where do you get your protein? Well, eat a bunch of sprouts. So the idea that you have to go and have some adventure in Thailand and eat nothing but durian and mangosteen and superfoods, that's certainly a goal, and you should make that a life goal to have at least experience part of your life that way. But your body will respond and get all the nutrients it needs from those basic foods, right? And having that nice variety of foods that you can find at the local grocery store.
I love it. Mindset, guys. It's all up here. You see Ocean's mindset? That's how he stays positive. That's how he stays so goddamn young looking. Okay? He's got a great young mindset. When you think young, you stay young. When you think in a positive way, you stay positive. So thank you so much, Ocean. I will
Of
definitely
course.
have another live soon. I'm going to let you go. I got another live. We had some more questions. I'm going to answer them in my next live. And I thank you so much and have a beautiful, beautiful day.
All right, you too, Janelle. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.